that game last night?
It felt good. My body felt good. It was good to be back with most of the team. Of course, except Zion and Jayhawk and Jose. But it felt good. It felt good to get a win.
Was it nice not seeing as many double, triple teams, every time you had the ball?
Yeah, and I think that comes with our players coming back. We've been playing together a lot more, and they know what to kind of expect when everybody is on the floor. So yeah, it was fun to have a little one-on-one and having us just play one-on-one and get to the basket, shoot my shots, and be a playmaker.
Yeah, I know every game is important, but how much are you looking forward to playing OKC after the way last season ended?
At the last season and in our previous game, we have a chance to, we have enough. We got shooting, we got some defenders on the basketball floor, so we get a chance to, battle somebody else and bring everything, our skill set, our IQ to the floor tomorrow and see what we do.
And B.I., what led to that big turnaround in that third quarter? You guys were trailing by 11 at halftime, then you had a nice lead at the end of the third.
Just turning up the defensive intensity. I think Herb and DeJounte did a good job on basketball. CJ did a good job. And we rebounded the basketball and we got out and we found the best shot. I think everybody was active trying to get to the rim and make the best plays for each other, and that's what we do.
Yeah, do you feel like picking up full court right out of halftime kind of helped you guys get in that mindset?
I think Herb brings that mindset. DeJounte brings that mindset, and when you hear them communicate and when they go out there and they do the things that they do, everybody follows them.
Your coach said pregame that you and Herb were going to be on a minute restriction, but it didn't really seem like it was too much of one. I think we played the whole third quarter.
Yeah, I think when you get lost in the game and when you start playing and you start feeling good, it's hard to be like, yo, come out of the game and sit down. We love to play basketball, so I'm happy we weren't on the minutes restriction last night.
Hey, he was saying that Herb had 10 deflections last night. How crazy is that when you get a number like that?
It is crazy, especially, I think that tells a lot about the mindset going into the game. Like he went in there and he knew the assignment that he wanted and he went and attacked it, and that's special.
How much do you think playing those small lineups can be an identity for y'all going forward when now that y'all have most of everybody back?
We'll see how it works. It worked last night. We'll see how it works when we face different lineups. Maybe some guys have bigs that athletic and skilled and a little bit better, but we see how it works game to game and see if we can bring our game plan to win basketball games.
And B.I., to Will's point, that's the first time I think you, DeJounte, Herb, and Trey have all played together. How is that chemistry? Do you feel like it's going to be a little bit of a process, or do you guys, where are you at with that right now?
It always looks good and wins, but I think the good thing right now is we continue to communicate. DeJounte, Trey, Herb, they all good communicators. They tell what they see on the floor, and we talk about it and we get it together. So, we can find some good and bad and wins and losses, and we just continue to move forward.
And how does life kind of change for you when you get to play with DeJounte and CJ, just having multiple ball handlers out there?
Yeah, I get to be the receiver sometimes. I get to get my cat to shoot off a little bit. I can cut to the basket, I can go post up, and I can be a receiver, And I can take some breaks. They can get to the basket, create their own shot, and they can make the game easier for everybody.
Stood out to you after reviewing the film from last night's game?
I thought, just starting with our defense, thought we did a better job on Devin Booker. The game plan discipline on him was much needed. We all understood that he had some games where he came in and had some big numbers. So we wanted to get the ball out of his hands, try to make other guys have to make plays for him. I thought we did a good job turning them over. We could do a better job capitalizing on those turnovers. And then I thought offensively, good first quarter, not as well. Second quarter kind of slowed down, and then we had an amazing third quarter, which really won the game for us.
You get another really good guard tomorrow.
Yeah.
You want to see that carry over, obviously. What's going to be your message to the team for SGA there?
Well, the message was, really good job carving out a win on our home floor. getting back in the winner's circle, doing what we needed to do to get a win was important. And now the challenge for our group was watching film, coming in, and having focus on preparing for the next team, which is similar. Gilgeous-Alexander he leads their team. Jalen Williams, those guys are looking to attack the paint, make plays in isolations and pick and rolls, and it's going to be very similar to how we guarded last night.
What were some of the things you saw in that third quarter you feel like you can build on moving forward?
I thought when we got stops, we played with pace. We got the ball ahead. We touched the paint, kick aheads, guys shot threes. We were doing it in the first half. We missed some easy ones. We missed some easy layups in the paint, missed some easy open threes. I thought the third quarter we just stuck with it, and those same shots, we were able to knock them down.
Willie, do you feel like that was the best point of attack defense you saw at your team all year so far? I think it was 27 deflections. Herb had 10. And talk about Herb and just his presence.
Yeah, it was. It was one of our better games. Deflections and steals, blocks. But having Herb Jones on the floor, it's incredible to have a guy like that can see it all defensively. He can make the right plays offensively. I threw him in at the 5. We hadn't really been working on that lately, but he picks everything up really quickly, made plays, and then the last play of the game, he makes a big stop for us to win the game.
And B.I. called him the heart and soul post-game. Is that how you would describe him?
For sure. B.I. is spot on with that. He's our heart and soul of our team. So much humility in Herb and how he approaches the game, how he approaches his teammates. But we all rally around him, and when he's on the floor, it makes a huge difference.
DeJounte and Herb, unfortunately, have only played together 2 games. The first one was the opener, and then last night. Do you feel like when those guys are out there together, they're kind of lifting up the whole thing on defense?
For sure. Those guys are spearheading our defense. We give them the license to kind of make reads, and then everybody sort of make reads off of them and has to clean up some of the things that they can do. But when you have those 2 guys on the floor, they're communicating. Your defense goes to another level. You can get out in transition because you're creating deflections and steals, finishing possessions, and it's a luxury to have.
You mentioned that Herb has elevated his level of communication, being more of a vocal leader. How has that helped the team and maybe even him as well?
It's helped tremendously. Herb, he understands his value on this team and what he brings. And now, getting his teammates to understand there's certain defensive concepts that he can see, and he'll just make reads, and now they're reacting off of him. And I think that's our defense and our offense really growing in another level.
DeJounte mentioned earlier in the day that he kind of came to y'all and said, I want that book matchup. I want to be able to take that on. How much does that kind of help y'all not kind of feeling the need to put Herb on the best guy all the time, being able to use him in different ways?
Well, it's great that we have options that we can go to different guys to put on him. And DeJounte's right. It shows his leadership. He didn't want us double teaming him. He didn't want us, hitting him when he was in isolations. We did still mix in a few of those just to throw him off his timing and rhythm, but it speaks to his leadership and it speaks to our ability to have versatility on the defensive end.
And Willie, how did B.I. and Herb make it through yesterday's game? And in particular, looking forward, there's a back-to-back coming up. Do you think there's going to be any kind of restrictions on either guy?
I don't know. I mean, our focus right now is on practice and preparing for Oklahoma. If we get an update on that, we'll update you guys, but we haven't heard anything about that.
A couple of days ago, we didn't ask you about Jose, but how's he progressing from his rehab? I noticed he's doing some ball work.
Yeah, he's getting better too, progressing, still doing well. And we just hope that he can continue to be on that track.
Kind of seeing a almost healthy squad out there, just seeing how different it looks for y'all.
Reinforcement's back. That's all I can say. It feels good to have her back, CJ, DJ. We're just waiting on a few other guys, but to see us go out there and compete and have fun with each other, that's all you ask for.
Just how could you describe just seeing the defensive impact Herb makes when he's out there?
It's amazing. He first team all defense for a reason, and he showed it yesterday. Even missing as many games as he did, he came and fit right in.
DJ, have you gone against Herb in practice yet, one-on-one? Can you discribe what it's like going up against Herb basically?
He fouls a lot. Herb's a solid defender, He real aggressive, real physical. He knows where to be on the defense. He communicates a lot. He tries to just pass it down to everyone else when he's on the court.
And obviously, with all of these guys back here, ball handling, responsibility going on a little bit. What's key for you to kind of just find success in your role with these guys?
Me personally, like as a player, I'm good at adapting to the situation I'm in. I'm good at figuring out a role to help the team win, and whatever I can do to help them win, that's what I'm gonna do.
What'd you think of Bi's return to the court?
Man, cold, man. You see, he dropping 30. We had 10. How many assists you had?
I don't even know about that shit.
Nah, it's great having him out there. He can get a bucket anytime he wants. He's looking for teammates and just playing a good all-around game.
And how important is it for y'all to kind of reestablish that defensive identity going forward now that y'all kind of have a feel for what the lineups are going to look like?
Just going out there, like I said, just being physical, not letting teams punk us, and just making the first punch.
Did you feel like you guys set the tone defensively right off the bat yesterday, like right in the first few minutes of the game?
For sure, especially Herb, CJ, just hitting guys, not letting D-Book get to his spots, not letting him get whatever he wants.
And y'all kind of made that run late in the third when you were out there with that small ball group. What did you kind of see when y'all were out there just kind of executing on offense?
This guy right here had a 21-point third quarter, just going crazy, doing what he does, doing the things that we work on every day. And, we trust him in those roles, so that's what we're going to continue to do.
Appreciate it.